What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Loot Chest on Tasty Loot Game, the show where we talk about a random topic in gaming. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Kris.
And for this episode, we're coming towards the end of the year, coming up real fast. And so we're going to be talking about our most anticipated games of 2017. Also, quick note, we're going to be also talking about our games of the year soon. So stick around for that. That'll be fun. There's a lot of really good games this year, so that'll be a cool discussion to have. Also, game of the month.
Witcher 3.
Is Witcher 3. Whatever the fuck Top Gear out there was doing. Witcher 3 is game of the month, so make sure to play that. We'll be talking about it at the end of the month. It's a great game. I've already played it quite a bit, but I'll be playing more because I've been needing an excuse, and this is it. So, yeah, let's jump into it. I will go first.
Okay.
Now, we picked 2 games that are at the top of our list, the ones that we'll talk about. Then we have some honorable mentions. I actually have like 6 of them, so I'll try to make those go by quickly. But my first game is Tom Clancy's Wildlands. This game was announced a while ago, and I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan of the games, and I play every single one of them. I like most of them. This one looks really cool. I thought it was going to come out this year, but it got pushed back, and hopefully for good reason. It's a game where you'll be able to play with up to 3 other of your friends, co-op, do tactical missions in different locations with actual time, so you'll be able to go in at night or go in during the day. There'll be like weather systems, you'll have loadouts, there's vehicles, it's open world. This game just looks like it's going to be a lot of fucking fun, and the idea of being able to play with my friends, which is always a huge thing for me, just looks really promising. This game is definitely going to be fun, and it's going a step back from the advanced and future fighter stuff that they've done with Ghost Recon before, which I'm actually excited for because the tactical aspects are kind of going away when you can kind of just see through walls and be invisible. Yeah. So as much as that is fun as an idea, I think it kind of takes away and just jump a little too far ahead. Thoughts on Wildlands?
I get a huge, I've said this before about this, but I get a huge like Phantom Pain vibe from this game too.
Definitely. Because
of the way the missions work, where you can go to a location and enter from any direction, choose stealth, choose just brute force.
Mm-hmm. Be able to wait the time out, wait till it's nighttime.
I think this is going to be, especially if the co-op works really well, I think it's going to be just an ultimate co-op game. Mm-hmm. So especially if it has unlockables and things to buy and stuff,
which it will,
it'll be awesome. So
I just hope it doesn't turn into The Division.
Me too. I don't think it will, though, just because of the way the game's set up. So the Division, as we already know, but you might not know, is kind of a faux MMO. So it's set up in a more leveling system type game, whereas this is Ghost Recon, so it's going to be more about the missions and the tactics versus the whole like leveling up and skills. They'll probably have skills in it, I'm not sure, but it's going to be more about the equipment you have and the tactics. So I also hope it won't be like The Division. I think The Division's a good game, but you know, it like a lot of MMOs kind of ran to the same thing. We're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And if it's anything like Phantom Pain, Phantom Pain is a game you can truly play any way you want. And if it's anything like that, that's what I want from a tactical game, because I loved in Phantom Pain being able to like just do things completely different than like the way other people did it.
Oh yeah. Games
like that are kind of rare nowadays, which kind of sucks. So it's cool to have those conversations about what you did and be able to play with your friends. They'll be there for it too. So I think it'll be a really fun game. Any last thoughts?
No, definitely. It didn't make my list for some reason, even though I am looking forward to that one. So I must have missed it.
Yeah, I think it comes out February or March or something like that.
That's pretty soon.
Yeah, so a lot of things coming out early next year, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Kris.
My first pick for my list is actually Neo.
Okay. Really?
Which comes out in February.
I forgot the game's coming out.
Yep. I'm super excited about it. It's Samurai Dark Souls, basically. That's all it is.
Great way to put it.
But it's amazing. If you played the beta and the alpha, kind of got a taste for what it's like. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's very, very much Dark Souls, though.
Yeah, for me, it felt like Dark Souls and Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing. We've talked about before how there's room for games like this, and I think this game's going to do well with word of mouth. I think once it comes out, people are going to be picking it up. I remember as soon as I played it, I was like, oh, this is just a ripoff. And I played for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm buying this. I don't care it's a ripoff. Like, it feels good. It plays well. I like the challenge. And I think aesthetically, the way it looks is so different than Dark Souls that it doesn't make me think the whole time, oh, this is just Dark Souls. So I'm also really excited for that game. and didn't make my list either because I forgot that it was coming out. So
I'm hesitant to want to pick up the game, but I absolutely love the aesthetic of the game. I love everything, just Japanese, especially samurai oriented. I did play the alpha, the original one, a little bit, and it definitely played like Dark Souls. I love the stance system though. I think that adds a lot of flair
in combos.
Absolutely.
And then being able to get moves that are specific to those. I noticed I favored the high stance a lot in the little bit I played, so
Aggressive.
more power hits, just because I wanted to get the fight over with as fast as possible. So.
Yeah, I like the lighter ones because I like to be able to attack quickly and get in there right before they're about to swing and stuff like that. So
The low stance.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the speed stance.
yeah.
I hope that they have a wider array of weapons. Like
Well, already with what they've shown, I think they have shown some new weapons, which is kind of
couple,
cool.
but
Yeah.
I want something more along the lines of like Dark Souls. There's like a lot of like different weapon types.
Might be a little tricky though because they do have the combo system and stances and stuff, so it might take
That
longer.
is the one thing I think will hold back from that.
Bloodborne, didn't have the vast weapon array that Dark Souls has because the complicated weapons. So.
That had multiple uses.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely good pick. Definitely will be picking that up as soon as it comes out. Chevy.
My most anticipated game for 2017 is Mass Effect Andromeda.
I knew somebody would bring that up.
I love the Mass Effect series. 3 I wasn't a huge fan of, but it was fun enough. Mass Effect 2 is just a brilliant game.
Great game.
I'd love for them to go back to that. I watched a video before we shot this on some of the stuff they're going to be putting in Andromeda, and I love the extra. It's showing extras, which is what 3 was missing. 3 was so cut and dry, just mission, game over, type of thing. The best thing about Mass Effect 2 was all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I love about role-playing games. Is the story's cool and needs to be good, but being able to continue playing even after you beat the story is just great. So, promising. I'm really hoping they don't screw this up. So.
Yes, so far what I've seen of it, I love the visual aesthetic. I like the style of Mass Effect anyway, but graphically being updated to modern consoles, it looks really good. I'm also excited for all the extra stuff because I feel like that's something the third one's missing. I think a lot of people agree on that. And it's cool too because 3 was trying to finish an epic storyline, so they got kind of caught up in that, and I won't judge them for that. I think it's fine, and I hate that people wanted them to change the ending because that's... I don't like the way you did your game. Well, you didn't have to buy it. But since they're starting new and fresh and they know the criticisms they got from the third game, they're going to come in guns blazing probably and just make a game that the fans are going to love, and they can be open about it because they have to start a new storyline anyway. So it gives them a lot of pressure to make a good storyline, but also less pressure on trying to finish up a storyline and just kind of open it up and get people excited for a whole new series of Mass Effect. So I am excited for this, although I'm not the biggest fan of the series. 2 is great. Yeah.
I've only played 2, and that's all I know about it. So I'm interested, but I'm not like dying to get my hands on it.
That's where I'm at.
One thing I know you'll like, because it's something you complain about with modern day RPGs, there will be areas and monsters that are higher level than you that you will have to return to, and
That's cool.
it won't be. They said that they kind of hypothetically were like, well, how will you know? And they basically said, you'll figure it out. Like,
They'll fucking kill you.
so
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I that's something that I think is missing for sure. Like you said, I hate that, especially in games like I don't know, all Bethesda games. Everything just kind of stacks to your level, so the experience is always kind of smooth. And I always liked adventuring to an area and being like, oh fuck, these guys are a little more powerful. And then sometimes actually being able to get through that area and still kill things using your own tactics or whatever makes it feel accomplishing. Or coming back and just wiping them all out and being like, man, you guys just kicked my ass, but fucking here I am, a god, destroying everything.
once
Look
again,
how much I've
sense
risen.
of accomplishment.
Exactly.
So
But yeah, that game's gonna be good. Yeah, any last thoughts on that?
nope.
Second game.
My second game is Crash Bandicoot Remastered.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Me neither.
I loved those games as a kid. Like, I played all of them thoroughly. So it's just kind of more of like a nostalgia thing for me. I'm interested to see how they're going to update it and what they're going to do. I hope they don't change too much as far as like gameplay mechanics and like how the game levels progress and how they move through them. I think hopefully more it's just like graphics update and things like that.
I'm interested in this game. I'm curious about it because the gameplay, I don't know if it will translate that well to nowadays, just because it's a lot of just kind of running and jumping. But I think it is an exciting thing because if this game does even semi-well, it will give them the message that is a viable thing for them to pursue. And maybe we can get some more platformers coming out, a brand new Crash Bandicoot. So I'm excited for it in that regard. Also, is Naughty Dog actually working on it?
I don't recall.
I'm not sure who's working on it. If it is Naughty Dog, they do anything, I'm down. So I'm excited for it as well.
After playing the Ratchet and Clank game that came out recently, revisiting those old platformers, but making them fresh again, I'm totally for it at this point because Ratchet and Clank was so good. So
yeah, it's a big surprise
yeah.
when the game came out.
So I'd love to see more of that actually. Another one that's coming out, kind of an honorable mention. It's not actually on my list, but Ukulele.
Yeah, I was about to say honorable mention Ukulele.
Yeah.
I've seen some video on it, and it looks just like the older platformers of like the 64 era with better graphics, which is exciting for me because those are some of the best platformer games ever made. So if we can get back to that, just like the new Mario that's coming out for the Switch, if it's like that, I'm going to be excited because I don't know why they stopped making those. I don't understand why they did it. They're so great. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it's awesome. I saw a screenshot, and it's just weird to see him rendered in modern day graphics. He looked a little extra ridiculous. I'm like, that's Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. My second one is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Surprisingly, I've become more and more excited on this game. The reason I'm excited for it is because I haven't been a fan of Zelda for a long time because they kind of just do the same thing over and over again, like a lot of Nintendo games. This one is taking such a step forward in making an open world fantasy adventure game that even if it wasn't Zelda, I'd be interested in this game. There's a lot of really cool mechanics in the game, and I think it's going to be a flagship title of the Switch early on. I was interested for it for the Wii U, but now that's coming out for Switch, it's going to look better, probably run better, blah, blah, blah. It'll be a cool game to be playing on that new console. But yeah, it's just weird. My inner brain is like, it's Zelda, it's not going to be that great, because they haven't been. But I keep watching, I'm like, no, this looks fucking awesome. Looks like a really good game. And just the stuff they said about it, like it's going to be open world, you'll be able to beat the game, like if you go straight to the end quickly, which I don't think people are just going to know how to do that anyway, but you'll be able to do it. So they're saying it's going to be completely open world, you can do whatever you want. And the idea of unlocking all the stuff like in the older Zeldas to gain access to new areas like that will be really fun in a sandbox open world. So yeah, really excited for that. Thoughts?
I am excited for them to go back to like more of an like exploration version, because one of my favorite things to do in the original title for the NES and in Link to the Past in Super Nintendo was looking and finding all the upgrades and stuff, because they weren't just they wasn't an obvious like direction you went. You had to explore the map. You had to find the place that you could go. Especially in the original game, you could walk into a dungeon and it'd be the one of the higher level ones, and you're like, I'm not supposed to be here yet, and you leave type of thing. So once again, it's that scaling thing. I think you get a better sense of accomplishment when you are given control of exploring and finding the things the tools and stuff you need versus being led to them. So hopefully, as far as how it looks, hopefully that is true. So
Yeah.
I'm slightly turned off by the art style of the game.
Really?
It looks kind of like a Wind Waker to me, which I didn't care for as far as like aesthetically. But I was really, really hoping this would be more along the lines of like a more realistic looking Ocarina of Time. That's what I was really hoping for.
I think that would have been the best art style that they could do, but I do think that the new art style blends the two. I think it is Ocarina of Time with a more vibrant and definitely cartoonish look to it, which I think will appeal to most people. because there are people that didn't like the way that that Wind Waker looked. And this doesn't look fully like it, but it does look definitely in that vein. But I think it also, because the character models are more realistic in their stature, more realistic properties to them, I think it does kind of take away from that a bit too. So for me, I'm also not a huge fan of the way Wind Waker looked, and I did hope for what you hoped for, but it doesn't bother me so much just because of how it's mixed. Is there anything positive about it though? Do you think it looks alright?
It's all looks or nothing.
Fuck the
The
art style.
cosmetic war.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a fair point. Although, if the game is really good, hopefully it won't keep you back from it, because I feel like a lot of people didn't play Wind Waker based off the art style, and it's some people's favorite Zeldas.
I
out
played
there.
it. I played it all the way through. I just
Yeah.
didn't care for the art style.
Yeah. I actually played the remastered version that came out, I think, on Wii U. And I didn't play when it originally came out because of the art style. And I played it, I'm like, this is actually a good one. This is actually a good Zelda. Like, I enjoyed it. I didn't beat it, but I definitely liked it. But the art style definitely kind of took me out of the whole Zelda vibe. Could have been its own game at that
Just want
point.
something grittier.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Okay, so who's going?
Me.
You went?
Well, I think you both just went, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So my second game on my most anticipated, and this one's a little hard for me because the rest of the items on my list are pretty close, but I'm leaning more towards this one because I miss the old days where I got to play JRPGs, and so my game is Nier Automata. And I know Square has come out and said they do want to, if this game's successful, they want to try to make this like a staple series. So they have an idea to keep it going type thing. There's a lot of unknown for me, so I am hesitant, but I'm also excited because I love the art style. I've watched some gameplay. It's got Platinum Games is making it, so it's got a very actiony feel to it, where you can shoot and melee all at the same time type of thing, and boss battles look crazy. So with a good story, and I believe music-wise, it sounded pretty good. I think you could get a really complete package with this game if they get it right. So I am very hopeful for this game and excited. So.
I don't know much about the game. From what I've seen, it looks interesting, and if it is more action-oriented, I'll be more inclined to want to play it. But yeah, I don't know enough about it. But it is cool to know Platinum Games is working on it, because they don't make boring games. They make fun games. Even if they are fucking over the top and crazy, they're always fun to play. So I'll remain hopeful for it. I'll probably wait until you pick it up, or if I see more on it, to think about picking up myself. But it is something I'm definitely curious about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. From the little videos, clips I've seen here and there, it very much reminds me of Devil May Cry as far as how the gameplay mechanics go.
Makes sense. They made Bayonetta, so which is Devil May Cry, except for with a bondage chick.
Naked hair lady witch.
Naked hair lady witch. I almost said bitch. That would have been bad.
She is kind of bitchy from what I understand.
She is. She looks kind of bitchy with those glasses. So do I, though, when I wear glasses. But yeah, definitely a good pick. Something I'm curious about. I have a bunch of honorable mentions, but I have 3 hopeful honorable mentions that I'm going to go through real quick.
Okay.
I don't think it's coming out next year, but if it does, it'd be cool, but I hope it doesn't. Death Stranding. At least show something on it, but I don't think it's coming out next year. But if it does,
I don't think it is
I'm
either.
hopeful for it. Also, another game I don't think is coming out next year, but I hope it does, is Cyberpunk 2077. Really excited about that. Also, another game I'm hoping comes out next year, but probably won't. Final Fantasy VII Remake. One game that is for sure coming out next year, that almost made my list, and very, very close contender, Days Gone, which is a zombie apocalypse game that promises a shitload of zombies on screen, one that are running after you constantly and using the environment to keep them back. Looks really cool. The only reason it didn't make my list is it's unproven. I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be good. The zombie stuff looks awesome, but the storyline could be awful. The gameplay could just be that over and over again.
Could be a 6-hour game.
Exactly. And I've been burnt by the Order, whatever the fuck's 66. Yeah, whatever. It's a great looking game, but it plays like a PlayStation 1 game. A couple other honorable mentions real fast. Detroit Become Human. Looks fucking awesome. I love cyberpunk and futuristic stuff, and I love the whole playing as a robot, essentially, going through a lot of scenarios where you got to make choices. Should be awesome. Didn't make my list because I've already brought it up multiple times, but Horizon Zero Dawn, really excited for a new IP from these guys. It looks fucking awesome. So I'm really hopeful for that. Scalebound. Looks like it's going to be a really fun game. I think it's also Platinum Games.
It is.
Coming out for Xbox One. It's supposed to have multiplayer. It's supposed to be able to ride dragons.
Customization.
Sign me up. And then Sea of Thieves, just because it sounds promising and it sounds interesting, and I'm interested in it. So, honorable mentions. Those are all my honorable mentions. Does anybody have any others?
I do. Earth Defense Force 5.
But dude, that's my fucking most anticipated game for next year. God damn it. That's it. That's what I want.
Comes out next year. It looks, like more of the same, but with just more stuff added to it and, cleaned up. So I'm not going to complain that the game is essentially like Dynasty Warriors. You're playing it for one reason, which is just to destroy everything in sight. So.
Yeah, Josh showed me pictures like, man, if this is what the game looks like, this is really exciting. He showed me. And it's just like a little smoother, slightly shinier, shitty looking game. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to play it anyway. It could look like the last game. As long as it has new content, I don't give a fuck. Give it to me.
God of War.
Yep. Also an honorable mention.
Not a God of War fan.
We're going to be, though.
Trailer did it for me.
We're going to be.
Same.
Holy crap.
Looks like The Last of Us, which is great.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Is that coming out? Oh, yeah. Fuck.
I don't want to play table tennis.
It's all a big
that
trick.
Again.
It's a conspiracy. Tinfoil hat shit.
Especially if the online stuff is just a robust version of the game before it. I'm sold. And then my last one is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is made by the guy who did Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So it's a spiritual successor. It looks awesome.
Yeah, we've watched a video on it, and it looks just like it, which is good. Pretty excited for that myself. Two more that I just thought of. I'm just going to name every game that's coming out next year. Gran Turismo Sport, I thought that was coming out in November, and apparently they never said that. That was just a rumor.
Really?
Yeah, they never said that. I looked it up, and I'm like, why did it get pushed back? And they're like, no, we didn't push it back. We didn't say it was coming out then. Everybody else just said that, I guess. So, really excited for that. I love Gran Turismo. It's my favorite racing game series. And Berserk, is that coming out next year?
Early next year.
So that and Earth Defense Force are my most anticipated games 2017. Very excited for those games. They will do way better than Mass Effect, because no one knows that game. But yeah, I'm really excited for all those games. Any honorable mentions?
You guys all said the ones I was interested in.
Just kind of covered them all. I was going to get the list of 2017 games, like, not these three.
Not these sports titles.
Yeah. FIFA and PES. I'm not excited for those at all. Madden, stuff like that. But let us know in the comments, what are your most anticipated games of 2017? Did we pretty much cover them? Because we said all the ones that are pretty much the locked-in ones, the go-to ones. But yeah, let us know. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Loot Chest on Tasteless Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, Tasteless Gaming. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Kris.
Have a good weekend, guys. And we'll see you on Tuesday for Tasty Tuesday. Until then, take it easy.
Enjoy your cowboy ping pong.
Very excited for that.